All right, looks like we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, it looks like. And let's see if we're live. Get Instagram fired up next. Whew. Yeah, I was talking to someone earlier about this, and they laughed at me at all the way the way I have this whole thing set up. So, Georgine's in first. Good evening to you. Rachel checking in. Hello. Good evening to you. Elise from Wheaton. Always good to see you as well. Very cool. So yeah, I was talking with some folks earlier. Angie says hi. We're talking about all the different ways we go live here, and people. Some are like, you use all these different phones. Like, yeah, that's the only way I know how to do it. Jeff's checking in. Good evening to you. April from Georgia. Joanne is here. Hello. Looks like Kelly's here. Kim is here on Instagram. Very fun. Donna, good evening from Kentucky. Linda from Indiana. Kim's checking in. Hey, Butt Baby 104 live first live video. Very cool. Um, and yeah, the mini fat dags have been mailed out. If you ordered one, the first shipment sold out like that. So it was kind of weird. I didn't I bought it because I wanted one, and I was like, so when you guys said you wanted them too, I kind of laughed, but sure. But yeah, so they've all been mailed out. So I'm guessing tomorrow maybe you'll get it. I don't know. I didn't put tracking on it. Kelly, good to see you, sir. Hope all is well. I caught up a little bit on your feed today. It took me a second to scroll through it all, but I got caught up on you a little bit. That's good news there. Uh, Watching your transformation from your knee surgery to now, amazing. So good job, man. Keep up the great work for sure. Let's see what else we got. Got a lot. Whew, you guys, very chatty. So I got Kim, I think. Kaylin here checking in from the road. Denise is here. Yeah, to celebrate Diane. Yep, Diane's got some good news tonight. We're gonna share that. Joan checking in from Ontario. So we officially gone international. I always like saying that. It kind of makes me laugh. Um, so, so over on YouTube, is it KS Craig says, I was listening to a podcast and then this thing popped up, and she needs some motivation because you want ice cream. So hang out. We're going to be here for about an hour. I will warn you that the YouTube phone was at 1% and it's currently plugged in. So as long as the power feed is stronger than the power draw, YouTube will be good. If for some reason you use YouTube, it's live on Instagram, right? And we're live on Facebook. The Facebook is 100% charged, so Facebook will last all night. Instagram phone is plugged into power as well, so as long as the power stays on, we should be okay. Man, it's crazy. Linda talking about the airline metaphor. Yeah, I'm going to open the show with that because I thought it just kind of came to me in the middle of the day, and I wanted to make sure it got out there. So I'm going to kind of work that into the show early on. Susan's checking in from California. Amanda, yeah, I'm back. I never really went anywhere. So I don't know. I believe Facebook is the best place to watch it for a couple different reasons. For me, the reason it's easier is because it's the easiest one for me to engage with because I get a real name, not a username, and so it makes it a little easier in that regard. Generally speaking, I start YouTube first and end YouTube. Sorry, I start Facebook first and end Facebook last. Generally, Instagram times me out on an hour, so after an hour, I have to reboot Instagram, and then YouTube makes your comments pop up, and if I don't see it, they disappear. But Facebook, I can see them. I can pause the comments, and then I can scroll. So it doesn't matter where you listen from, but I guess I think Facebook is probably for me the easiest interface. But I'm on all three of them because I want you to be able to get it where it's convenient for you. Victoria says, got engaged last Wednesday. You're down 5 pounds. Congratulations. I bet you probably weigh the same from that rock, right? To make sure you take that thing off when you hop on the scale. It better be at least 5 pounds. Tanis is here from the DC metro area. So look, I got this right here. It's right. Is this not the coolest thing ever? We'll do a show tonight with the Tanis's. handmade hat. I'm telling you, and I finally learned how to wear it. I was wearing it wrong so many times, and now I'm at least wearing it right. So, Corey from Connecticut, good evening to you. Go Pats. I agree. Go Pats. Way cool. That's going to be. Hopefully, it's a good game. Jamie from Jersey. Diane, good evening to you. Yep. Tammy, you're in. One of the first ones. Hello from Oceanside, California. Brandy says, hey. Um, Melinda, tough day today. Needed a big dose of Wingman. That's what we're here for. We will bring a dose of motivation. Jan checking in from Illinois. Yeah, Rochelle. So that was kind of fun. So we did the Sunday before I left. I recorded episode 166, 67, 68, and 69. I did them all on Sunday. I went to bed at like, I don't know, close to 2 o'clock on Sunday. And I was up at 4:30. Yeah, and then flew to Orlando and worked all day. And so you're welcome for those. I enjoy doing it, right? But yeah, that was a long night getting them out there. But I knew I wouldn't have time in Orlando to do it. So very fun. Catching you up on Detroit. I have all the details. So Detroit is set. It's final. My hotel reservation has been made. We're staying at, Jason, good evening to you. Staying at the Town Place Suites in Lavina. I think that's how you pronounce it. Lavina, something like that. That's where we're staying. And then we were working on something to do after. I'm waiting for the producer to let me know what time the show taping will end and what time will be free. But I want to do something Saturday night in Detroit. Don't know what yet. What I will say is at some point, you could do it now if you want, but shoot me an email if you have tickets already for the show or you plan on going to whatever we do after. I'll try to keep them separate and I'll try to push out an email with some information as to what we have going on. In the email, include a cell phone number and I'll text whatever information we do. I'll find a way to group text out those of you who are attending the show to keep it. Now, the good news is if you're attending the taping, I'm sure during that session there'll be a time for me to say, hey folks, here's what we're doing tonight. So as long as you're at the taping, you'll probably get whatever information. Just keep Saturday night empty, if that makes sense. Daddy's Baby 48 on Instagram. Hello. Renee from Lake Elsinore. Hello. April from Cali's here. Kimberly's here. Hobart, Indiana. Dorothy's checking in. Way behind on comment. Ann is here. Woohoo! I always love when Ann checks in. Very good. Good to see you. I owe you, Ann, a very, very long email back. I saw your email or your message to me. Love every bit of it. But it's going to take me a second to digest it. And I love the direction you're headed. And you have free reign to continue in that direction. So I think we all have the same mind and the same goal. So very, very good. Good. Brian, so that you, Brian? Daddy's Baby 48 Brian? No, it's Megan's daughter. So Brian has got it. Very cool. It's a family affair. Donna Reed down 4.6 this week. Nice. Let's see. Scrolling through. Walk to 5K while you're gone. Good job, Amanda. Karen checking in from Long Island. Oh, gotcha. The other Megan. Got it. I can't keep all the Megans straight, I try. I tell you, that's the hardest part of this for me is that just trying to keep it all up here. It's not easy. Karen checking in from Vancouver. Again, now we're international twice. Well, Jason's over here, so that's at least 3 times. So I don't know why this is exciting in Canada. You guys in Canada are really helping spread the word. So for those of you in Canada, if you go to the website, if I thought of this after, if you wanted one of the little Lego things, I can't say Lego. If you wanted one of those little things, I'll ship it to Canada. I'll cover that. So just put in the notes what address you want me to ship it to. Type in some fake American address and put in the notes where you really want it shipped. It is a cool hat. It's my favorite. Although it's too hot in here to wear it. We'll wear it when we get to that point. Let's see. Can I scroll through? Yeah, January is we're at February 1st in the morning. Whew. Very, very fun. Donald's here. Michael Crow, good evening to you. Long Island, Lori's here. Chicago, Therese, good evening. Good to see you, as always. Tell Tony we said hello. Mary's meeting her fitness goal. You're very welcome. Dan checking in from Winnipeg. Very cool. Yeah, Kim says it's much better on Facebook. Brenda is out of Cincinnati. Good evening to you. Henry, 1972 Henry, hello, on Instagram. Vanessa, I'm glad you caught it live too, for sure. So Gail says, hi Mike, eating yogurt because I'm out of points. Down 8 pounds this month. Way to go. Robin's checking in. Gail's checking in from Naples. Yeah, Denise, take all your jewelry off when you weigh in. Renee says, I'm not losing much weight. We're going to talk about that, Renee. That's part of this episode. Julie, 25 pounds. Good work. Willa is from Ohio. Just got back from bowling. Very fun. No, Tannis, I love the hat. It's super duper 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 cool. Yep, love it, love it, love it. I can't believe you made it. It's awesome. Let's see, Nebraska, Danielle's here. Let's see, Tucson, Arizona, Carol's here. Henry's from the Blue Room. Where's the, yeah, is that what they call that? The Blue Room. Henry has a fun job. Right, Henry? Angie said, I stepped away from my phone a minute. Did you have that toboggan on earlier, or am I losing my mind? You're losing your mind. It's fun. Let's see. Yeah, Monica, totally, you're welcome. Keeping this, Livona, is that the name of the town? Something like that. The Town Place Suites is where it is. All right, so, no, all right, you guys ready for this? Las Vegas checking in on Instagram. Broken Arrow. Oh, Broken Arrow, Brooke. That's pretty cool. That's where I go to Owasso often. So very cool, very very fun. You probably know if you're from Broken Arrow, you recognize this above my finger, right? Right. So Brooke, yeah, if you're from Broken Arrow, you know that. You better. Linda, good to see you as well. Lafayette, Louisiana. Paula's checking in. All right, I'm going to scroll down. So if I missed you, I apologize. Karen is asking who made the hat. Tannis. Yeah, I go to Owasso for real. I'm not from Owasso, but I go there for real often. Yep. So yeah, Karen. Anyway, Karen's asking who made the hat. Tannis Gray. I'm going to read an email from her, and I'll use her Connect name. But she made it. It's incredibly awesome. To play golf at the Patriot. I'm a member of the Patriot down there, that golf club up in Owasso. So I go down there and golf on occasion and work with the Folds of Honor stuff. So, you know, the deal. All right, anyway, gonna scroll through. I'm gonna scroll through. All right, yeah, we'll look at a bunch of comments. So very cool. So apologize for that. So yeah, anyway, Abby, yeah, so I go there. It depends. We're gonna go there. I'll go there over Memorial Day for sure. That's the next planned trip. I don't know that I'm going before Memorial Day. So I'll be over there for Memorial Day. But yeah, fun. All right, are you ready for episode 170? Woo, 170. Let's do it, shall we? You're welcome. Instagram says good evening. Thanks for all you do. Yep. Julie drives through Owasso. Very fun. Yep. I drive from Indianapolis. It's easier to drive than it is to fly to there from here. Oops. So hang on. I'm going to move Instagram. Sorry, Instagram folks. Hang on. Don't fall down. Whew. Sorry, Instagram. I had to move Instagram. I didn't want to make them sick. Test. Mic check, testing, 1, 2, 3, test. Sounds good. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Um, right over there is a box. I got a box today from you guys, actually. It's actually pretty cool. So I don't know if you probably may not notice this, but a couple times we do the show, the audio isn't exactly awesome. You know, sometimes there's some audio crackling, and it's just not really clean audio. So I ended up buying a digital recorder. It actually came in the mail today, and this no, not that I'm being that, but I haven't even opened it yet. It's sitting in the box right there. I got it today. Haven't you want it? You know. Anyway, but I'll record into a digital recorder, which will make it way easier. I think that's the plan. So, but it came from you guys. You know, really. Test, test, test. Because the things like, I don't know, it's kind of like $500 or something stupid like that, and something I would never ever have paid for. But you guys, you know, the support you provide enables me to buy new equipment to do it, to do this a little properly. Signed a contract with the studio, got that all done. So waiting for some new news. You're gonna see at least a couple shows in February. I think are just gonna blow your mind from a. You're gonna be like, where the heck happened? It's gonna be really really cool. So that happened while I was in Orlando, but all of that is you guys making this possible because I just couldn't do it alone. For one, I still still struggle with quite a bit of it, but we get it done. So let's do episode 170. Let's get this done. Let's get to bed. Let's do it. Cheers. Cheers. Nothing better than a little H2O. Would you agree? All right, so here we go. Episode 170. Glasses come down so I can see the screen. That's just crazy. Um, Denise needs. Yeah, I know. I knew. We all need sleep. Sleep is good. I am your host, Fat Dag, and you're listening to Wise Advice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Wise Advice. Send in your comments, your questions, your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. That's right. Welcome to episode 170 of Wise Advice. And I always open the show letting you know that I believe in you. And I always want to kind of reemphasize that a little bit because, I think as we go through this process, you're going to hear a couple emails or later on that talk about people who maybe didn't believe in themselves in the journey. And so that's why we're here is that I know who I am. I know what I did to get here. I know the inspiration that I used to get here. And I didn't believe in myself until I kind of all put it all together. And then when I finally got to the point where I met my goal, I figured out that it was other people believing that I could do it that helped motivate me. So knowing all that, knowing that it's possible is why I believe that you can do this. I believe in you, and I will walk with you up until the point, I'm never going to stop walking with you, but I will walk with you up until the point where you believe in yourself. And that point, you'll reach back and you'll find other people that'll walk with you because you're walking with them. So continue to believe in yourself. If you're not there yet, continue to stay plugged in because we will absolutely get there. For those of you who don't know, Twitter automatically sends out if we're going to go live. Twitter lets you know that we're going to go live. So go to twitter.com/wise advice. Follow that account. It auto tweets out every time we go live, so you'll never miss an episode when we do live. You can always go to fatdag.com, click on the event tab. That'll let you know when the next show is coming up as well. The best two places to find out when we're live: fatdag.com and Wise Advice on Twitter. And then, of course, stay plugged in everywhere else. But I want to open the show with, there's been a lot of discussion lately about the plan and folks who are really doing well and folks who aren't doing so well. And I want to kind of just frame it a little differently. I put it on Facebook and I put it on Connect. The posts are still there. You can go read them. But I'm essentially going to let you know that, weight loss plans, they're really just like the airline industry, right? They're all going to get you to wherever it is that you want to go eventually, but you got to find one that is flying direct. Get there, buckle in, and just hope they don't lose your luggage. Just remember that no matter how much you love Delta, there's always going to be someone who will arrive at the exact same airport that you're flying to, but they flew American, and they loved it. They might even tell you, the last time that they flew Delta, they hated it. They'll tell you, oh, that was the worst airline trip ever. I'll never fly Delta again. And you're standing there thinking, well, I just had a great flight and I boarded the plane. They didn't lose my luggage. My luggage came out first. And you're actually really happy with your experience on Delta. But for them, it was the absolute worst thing ever. And of course, if you asked, the entire nation what they thought of the airline industry, many people would say it's a disaster and it's such a mess. But if you look at it, every single day, there are hundreds of thousands of people waiting in line to get on an airplane. They're in that 1,000,000-mile long security line waiting to board something that they believe is a disaster. Certainly when I get to an airport, the first thing I do is, I smile and I'm just happy that I'm going someplace new for something to do something fun, and I smile at the security guards. I go through TSA and I hand them my bag and I get to my gate. I board the plane, I get in the seat, and I just fly happily ever after. I put my headphones on, I sit there quietly. I'm really focused on me at that point and where I'm headed and what I'm doing, and I don't really pay any attention to all the other airplanes in the sky. It doesn't matter to me. It's the pilot's responsibility to figure out that we're not going to hit another airplane. Air traffic control is responsible for that. My job is to sit on the plane with the folks who are in that plane with me, and we're all going to the same destination, and just work with them, encourage them. If I needed to open the emergency exit door, I would do that for the fellow passengers on my plane. This time that I flew American. Next week it might be Delta, it might be United, it might even be Southwest. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me because I'm so focused on the destination, I don't really care how I get there. And if you think about that for a second, so I just got back from a trip in Orlando, and we got to the convention center. I was there all week in the convention, and of the hundreds of people I saw, one thing that never came up? No one asked me what airline I flew. It didn't matter at that point. We were all in the same convention center. We were all settled in. They didn't say, how did you get here? We didn't have little groups of, well, if you flew American, this is your convention. If you flew Delta, this is your convention. If you flew United, you're in room 4. It didn't work that way because once we got to where we were going, no one cared how we got there. Didn't matter if we drove, didn't matter if we flew, didn't matter if we walked in, took a cab. The way we arrived to our destination was irrelevant. We got there. We were all happy. We were just celebrating together being there. And I've flown many times in my life. If you've heard the story before, I did about 750,000 miles in 3 years. So I have some airline miles under my belt. And I can tell you there's a lot of things that happened that most of you have probably never experienced on an airplane, right? But I've had gate changes more often than you can count. I get there ready to go, and all of a sudden, hey, we're going to go to a new gate. You know what I did? I went to the new gate. I didn't stand at gate 4 yelling, barking, screaming, saying, I only want to board through gate 4. If the plane was leaving out of gate 7, I went to gate 7 and I got on the airplane. I've missed my flight. I've gotten to the airport and the flight took off. And I know what I did? I went to the gate and said, hey, I'm still trying to get to wherever I'm going. Is there another flight? And sure, they booked me on the next flight. I've had my flights delayed, and know what I did? I sat there waiting for the flight to take off. The airlines have lost my baggage. And I didn't say, well, then forget it, turn around and send me home. I didn't get to my destination without my bag and say, forget it, take me back home. I just figured it out. I've taxied out to the end of the runway. We've turned around and went right back to the gate. Went back inside the terminal more often than you can probably know. And I went to a whole different gate, got on a whole different airplane, and continued my flight. This last flight, if you saw the post I put on Connect, was the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. We're flying. I'm going from Indianapolis up to Chicago, Chicago down to Orlando. So we take off out of Indianapolis very early, 6 o'clock departure. We're flying up to Chicago. It's pitch black out. Half the plane is asleep. The lights are all out. Out of nowhere, the loudest boom I've ever heard in my life. Just absolutely a plane shaking boom. And at the exact same time, the whole left side of the airplane lit up in a light of fire, and it was absolutely crazy. And so it was about as quick as just like a flash of light, looked like a big giant fireball. My first reaction is we lost an engine. Now I know a little bit about the airline industry. I know that a plane's perfectly capable of flying on one engine, but I got to tell you, I actually kind of thought we lost a wing, to be brutally honest. And for about 4 or 5 seconds, maybe in a couple of minutes, we flew very erratic. Banking to the left, banking to the right, to the left, to the right. It was absolutely beyond terrifying. I pulled out my phone. I sent a text message to my wife, and I truly, sincerely sent her the message that I thought would be the last message she would ever receive. I said, I love you, and sent it to my wife, sent it to my daughter, and it kind of gets me choked up a little because I truly thought that was it. And shortly thereafter, the plane we regain, some stability, and all of a sudden we start flying smooth. And at that point, I realized that we have some time. So then I start texting the details of what happened because I'm convinced that we're not going to make it. I'm convinced that my text messages to her will be absolutely used as part of the aircraft investigation. And that's what I did. Because I'm like, someone needs to know what happened. And the only way they're going to know is if someone who was there can relay it. So I'm frantically texting out everything I can think of to give her the details of this. And so luckily, right? So the plane comes to stability for another 30 minutes or so. We fly. Pilot says nothing. We land in Chicago. We land in Chicago. Instead of saying, welcome to Chicago, you know what the pilot says? He says, whew, well, we made it. Those are the first words he uttered. And so we taxied into the gate. Everything's fine. We get off the airplane, realize that we all made it. And you know what I did? I walked to the next gate. I got on the next plane, and I flew to Orlando. And so if you think about this journey, the airline industry is a lot like the weight loss industry. It doesn't matter how you get there. It doesn't matter which vehicle you use. The key is you can't give up on your journey. You have to stay focused. You have to stay mindful. You've got to follow whatever plan you have and get it done. Now, if the plan changes on you, which we know it's done right now, if that works for you, you've got to continue to work for it. If you're struggling on it, you have to reassess, maybe try and see if there's something you can adjust in your lifestyle or do it. But if you're doing everything right, then maybe it's time for another airline. Maybe it's time for you to reassess. But that's a question that only you can answer. But the thing you need to know more than anything is that there are multiple ways to find success. What you're trying to do is get healthy. What you're trying to do is get fit. What you're trying to do is get in a place in your head where you're happy with yourself. If you're happy with yourself and you're eating properly, your body will shed the weight it doesn't need. And so you just got to stay focused. And all this talk we have, Facebook, Connect, and Instagram, they're like an airport terminal. Generally speaking, when you're in that terminal, everybody in that terminal is kind of flying the same airline, right? That's kind of how they arrange it. But not always, right? There are connecting flights left and right. So occasionally in your terminal, there are going to be people who are flying a completely different airline. We don't single them out. We don't point them out. We don't tell them they're on the wrong airline. We don't yell at them, make fun of them for not flying the same airline we're flying. In fact, we probably actually give them directions if they ask how to get to their terminal. and we help them out. It's the thing I want you to remember most of all in this journey is that how you do this doesn't matter. I prefer Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers is the plan that I choose. It's the plan that I recommend. But I've seen success on every single plan that's out there. And you can have that success. And the common denominator is why. Why are you doing this? Why are you waking up every morning on fire? Why do you want to get this done? If you stay focused there and you find the tribe of people who are in that same mindset, who want to get it done the same way you do, then you absolutely can have the success. And if for some reason you're trying to figure out what your why is, that's okay. You don't need to have your solid why on day one. What you have to do is ask yourself, why did you join? Why today did you walk into a meeting room? Why today did you sign up? It will become clearer. At some point, you'll start recognizing things in your journey that maybe you didn't realize before, and that why will slowly come to you if you never, ever give up. I want to share that with you because I think so often we get wrapped up on everybody having to do the same thing, and we're so far from that as a society. We can do our own things and we can find success so many ways. But what it takes is us encouraging each other to continue doing whatever it is that we do to get it done. The first email comes in from Stella, and Stella writes it. She says, I found you on Connect, and I'm so grateful for whoever suggested that I listen to your podcast. It's been a game changer for me. I, like many others, have had ups and downs of 60 to 80 pounds. I'm a lifetimer, nowhere near goal right now, but I know I will get there this time, and I'll stay there. I'm down 27 pounds so far, 50 something more to go. I'll know when I get there. I can't wait to get on the scale and say, I don't want to lose any more weight. My attitude is different this time. I feel it. I'm a doctor, and my patients have known me through heavy and the thin times. At my heaviest, or even chubby, I'm embarrassed to talk and counsel them on their obesity. Here I am talking to them about a diet, really? But wait, what I try and do is explain that they are not alone and that I feel exactly what they're going through. I talk about my experience, my past and the present, and it at least makes sense to them to know that I get it. But I want to show them that it can be done. I want to be a good example to them, not like the cardiac surgeon taking smoke breaks outside. No matter what our jobs are, we all have some issues that are the same, I guess. I talk about you to my patients, and I suggest the podcast a lot. My patients are starting to recognize my weight loss, and it feels great. I'm laser focused, and I can't wait to get back to goal. I'm very in tune to my triggers, and I avoid them. I may need to avoid them for life, but I'm okay with that. I would rather have goal than cookies and junk. As you say, I don't want my addictions on life support. I took your advice, and I have many wise and non-scale victory moments all typed into my notebook in my phone. I read and I add to it almost daily. I got my cousin and three co-workers to join Weight Watchers as well. Basically, I cannot thank you enough for your support and for your service to our amazing country. You really have a gift for what you do, and I'm so proud to be a small supporter and a patron. Stella, also known as Holly3080 on Connect. Well, let's start with the obvious. Congratulations on being a lifetime member. You got to take a moment to pause and say, I'm a lifetime Weight Watcher member. Regardless of where you are in your current journey, you at one point figured it out. You worked the plan. You got to goal. You got to lifetime. And we recognize you in that way. Congratulations. Think of that for a second. That, in itself is incredibly difficult. But you did it. So now what's cool is now as you continue on this journey, you start somewhere that not too many people get to start with. Is you actually have proof of what you're trying to do. Not only do you have physical proof, you have proof that you were able to do it. You don't need to draw on inspiration from somebody else. You can draw on inspiration from your past. Because when you reached lifetime before, it was difficult, but you were able to get it done. Now you're down 27 pounds, which is incredible. 50 or something to go. You will absolutely know when you get there. You will. You'll step on the scale and you say, I don't want to lose any more weight. We call that goal. Your attitude is already different. That right there is incredible. You're clearly in the right mindset, and that is what it takes to win. I really loved how you opened up in the middle of your email where you said that, as a doctor, your patients have known you through heavy and through thin times, and you are embarrassed to talk or counsel them on obesity. Man, I totally understand that. And, here again, kind of relating it back to me is 263 pounds as a military recruiter. I would look at a kid who's 190 pounds. I'd tell him he's overweight and he couldn't join. I understand exactly what you're saying when you, as a doctor, tell your patients that they have to start working on losing weight, and you're not happy where you are. But what I absolutely loved how you've reframed it is that you now can relate to them in a way that very few people can relate to them. If you were an amazing doc who was fit and trim and never ever struggled with weight loss, it would be a little bit difficult for you to convince someone else that the journey is doable and worth it. You have that amazing testimony that you now have a gift to be able to share it with people who need it so often. Man, as a doctor, you see so many people that you can help with your journey. Clearly, that's motivating. And the fact that you have a personal story to tell, I think is incredible. I hope as you, when you get to your goal weight or wherever you put your picture up so they can see that the journey is possible. Continue to be there for them, continue to work this journey and prove to them that they can do it. It's an amazing gift you can give to them, and I'm proud of you for wanting to share it. I appreciate very much you sharing that with a podcast with them. That's pretty cool as well. Thank you for that. So we joked about this a few months ago. I said this is podcast is doctor recommended. So I really appreciate that. Kind of in a joking sort of way, but it's absolutely cool, and it truly honored that you would think of it in such a way. So thank you for that. Continue to stay tuned into your triggers. That I think that is key. I think for a lot of us, not understanding what our triggers are is where the danger lies. Now, if you're very in tune to them, you and I agree that I would rather have goal and stay at goal than have cookies and junk food for the rest of my life. I feel at this point in my journey I have complete control over my food choices. Are they always perfect? No, but they're always mindful. And so I don't keep my sugar addictions on life support. I have the ability to manage what I eat. I have completely transformed my life. I've gotten out of that mindset where I just completely, unknowingly just continue and habitually continue to eat food. I've broken the addiction to the food. That is what we have to work on. So much of this journey is addictive. And so we beat that. And you continue to write down your non-scale victories, continue to write down your why in your phone. Referring to it often is what I call focus. Every morning that you open your phone and you read a non-scale victory and you write down a why and you reread a why, you start the day off knowing what the goal is. You start every morning knowing what the goal is, and as you work through the day, you can always reference back to them. Would I rather have this or would I rather have, my goal? And because you start the day focused, it's easier to stay focused throughout the course of the day. Continue to keep up the amazing work. It's truly an honor to get your email and to read it. 27 pounds down, 50 to go. You're going to get there. You're going to get back there. I can feel it. Your attitude is completely different. Your patients are counting on you. The world's counting on you. And I'm walking with you every step of the way. Next up, very cool email from Diane out of Naperville. She says, "Hi, Mike. It's Diane from Naperville. I just had to celebrate with you that I am at goal. Yes, goal. I lost 2.6 pounds at this morning's weigh-in, and I made goal. I lost 7.2 pounds this month. It's the biggest weight loss month that I can ever remember. My total weight loss is 149.2 pounds. I've now lost more than I weigh. What a concept. It's been 3.5 years in the making. Even though back then I never dreamed I would get to the Weight Watcher goal weight, and now I'm 5 pounds below that. I knew I had to lose at least 100 pounds, but here I am almost 50 pounds more. I think it all changed somewhere in the middle of 2017 when I started to believe in myself and I felt that I was worth it. I had a mindset change. I just knew that I was going to find a way to get to goal. Sure, I had my ups and downs along the way, but it became a learning experience for me. I also was able to get out of my comfort zone a little more and do something I never thought I could do. Now, on to maintenance and lifetime. Even though I am so excited, at the same time, I am nervous and a little scared. It's uncharted waters, I guess. I'm also going for the 150-pound charm since I'm zero point 0.8 pounds away. My leader asked me to share one piece of advice for all of our new members in our meeting. I told them to never give up on yourself. We can all do this, just don't quit. Thank you for your service and for all that you do. Most of all, thank you for being my wingman, Diane. Diane, 149.2 pounds. Incredible. You've lost more weight than you currently weigh. What I believe to be the most powerful thing in that is what you said is it took you 3.5 years in the making. That's incredible perseverance. Way to go by getting it done. That's what not quitting gets you. Folks, you want to see what not quitting gets you? That's what Diane did is 3.5 years she did this, which means she can do it for the rest of her life. 149.2 pounds. Absolutely incredible. But clearly, as you saw in the email, is that somewhere in the middle, she started to believe in herself and she felt that she was worth it. Diane, I'm so glad that you had that mindset change. And so what's very cool about that is somewhere in the middle where you finally understood that you are worth it. You absolutely are worth it. I think for so many of us for so long, when we start the journey, we don't feel that at all. And so we have to kind of fake it until we make it. We kind of have to just follow the plan, trust the plan, read the map, and just do whatever the map says. And at some point in the middle of the journey, when you start really completely changing your life, it feels incredible. And then at that point, you do have to get out of your comfort zone. Let me tell you something a little bit about comfort zones. Your comfort zone is what puts you in this scenario in the first place. If you want to be in your comfort zone, for me, my comfort zone is to go back to being 263 pounds. And that's only comfort in a sense where I know, a day to day, I don't have to think. I wasn't doing anything. I was just mindlessly going about life. Sure, it's uncomfortable to look everything up, and sure, it's uncomfortable to pack a lunch, to go into a golf event. There's so many things that your current routine, you have to break that and completely change your life. You've heard me say it more than once. If you want to change your life, you have to completely change your life. And what I mean by that is whatever is comfortable, you have to get rid of because comfortable is what puts you in this place in the first place. You have to break that comfort zone. You have to do things that you have never done in order to get results that you've never gotten. I can just imagine Diane walking into the meeting for the very first time. And as a Weight Watcher leader, I'm trying to be very mindful of this. Is when someone asks what their goal weight is, and we tell them you have to be, 140 pounds, and they just go, it's too overwhelming. And 100% of the time I agree. And that's not what you need to do. You need to come in and say, I'm here to follow the plan, whatever the plan is. I'm here to get it done. 3.5 years later, Diane just proved it's possible. You never, ever, ever give up on yourself. Diane says, we can all do this. Just don't quit. Did you hear that? You can do this if you don't quit. That's all there is to it. It's just like we go back to boarding the airplane. If they lose your luggage, you don't turn around and fly home. If you get to the wrong gate, you don't just give up on your entire journey. You go find the next gate, you board the plane, you take off to the destination, you get it done. Diane, way to be an amazing example as to how to get this done, why to get it done, and what not giving up gives you. Truly, truly is my honor to celebrate this with you and walk this journey with you. I'm incredibly proud of you. Incredibly proud of you. Way to be the prize. To follow that up, Pamela writes in and says, "Hey, I just want to drop a quick note to say thank you. As of today, I'm down 100.6 pounds and 6 pounds from goal. I will get there. Thanks for the support and the podcast." Pamela. Pamela, 100 pounds. You heard everything I just said to Diane. It's all true for you as well. Not quitting gives you amazing results. Pamela, keep up the great work. Pamela is on Connect as Pamela Gollob. I'll put that link in the show notes for you so you can follow both of them on Connect. Incredibly inspirational to see folks, 100-pound loss, 149-pound loss. You can do it. You absolutely can do this. Next up, it says, "Greetings, Fat Dag. Remember me? I sent you in a knitted hat. I reached a huge personal milestone, and I couldn't wait to share with you and our community. I am 50 pounds down. Seeing it right there in print is staggering. That's a small bale of hay, 5 medium-sized bowling balls, 5 average house cats, 2 car tires, 10 chihuahuas. It's more than my son weighs. As soon as I realized that this wasn't something I could do to make other people in my life happy, and that this was something that I needed to do for myself, my health, my well-being, and my future, well, I was off and running. I have kept my eyes on my goals, my why close to my heart. I stayed in my own lane. I'm not worried about a timeline, and voila, steady and hard-earned success. I am a public figure. I have a show on PBS, and I teach all over the country. It's been thrilling to have students I had a while back again in class and have them not recognize me. I tell them what I'm doing, and I've gone from wishing to be the prize to actually becoming the prize. I tell them that no matter what their goal is, it's absolutely reachable. I happily shop in my closet, and I no longer hide behind baggy clothing and self-deprecation. I am proud of my journey, proud of my focus, and proud of my success. My children see me eating healthy and exercising and have picked up on this. As parents, we want so much for our children, and I'm taking the lead and walking my family down a path where healthy living is just how we do it. I'm not at goal yet, but mentally I'm there. My attitude has changed. I'm happier. I'm healthier. And for the first time in so very long, I'm proud of myself. I've learned to be kinder to myself, dust myself off when I stumble, get right back up without dwelling on the negative. Thank you for being one of the many tools I'm using to cross the goal line and become a resident of the land of lifetime. I'm looking forward to being there. I hear the water's warm. Weight Watchers Unite. Tanis from Connect, and her Connect name is Knit Mama Knit on Connect, which is cool. Highest weight 246, highest Weight Watcher starting weight 219, current weight 168.4, goal 144.6. What an amazing journey. So what a fun show this is tonight, having it now where, 149-pound loss, 100-pound loss, 50-pound loss. Doesn't matter where you are on the journey, you can do this. Here we are, another example of, hey, I didn't quit. I learned to be kinder to myself, dust myself off. When I stumble, I get right back up. I don't dwell on the negative. I go to the airport terminal, I find whatever gate I'm supposed to get on, I get on the airplane. I just fly to whatever destination is in store for me. If they lose my luggage, so be it. That is how you get to goal. I completely disagree, though, where you say that you're not at goal yet, but mentally you're there. My attitude's changed. You're happier, you're healthier, and for the first time in your life, you are proud of yourself, that's what goal is. I try so hard to let you know that I don't believe goal has anything to do with the scale. It truly doesn't. It doesn't matter how much you weigh. And I understand that's the only way that we can track this, right? It's the only data point that we can actually truly measure easily at home without going through all kinds of tests. So we use that as a guide. The true definition of goal, when you can write an email and say, I am proud of myself, that's goal. That's the part you celebrate. You're happier, you're healthier, you're inspiring your family, your children are taking notice, your students are taking notice. That's goal. It doesn't matter what the scale says at this point. If you continue in that mindset, you continue to be happy, healthy, you continue to make smart choices, your body will react to that. Your body will continue to shed whatever weight is not needed because you're at goal currently. I had this conversation with someone the other day we talked about, do I get a doctor's note for goal? Do I pick a number? And you think about it for a second. Let's say you started at, I'm going to be over exaggerating here just for the sake of math. Let's say you started at 1,000 pounds and you lost weight and you got down to 400 pounds. That's goal. Your doctor would be so proud of you for doing all that stuff. That's a hard work. It's not about the fact that you're not in a normal BMI chart. Now, clearly at that point, you'd want to continue working with your doc. But what I'm trying to drive home here is your attitude has changed. You're happier, you're healthier, you're proud of yourself. Folks, I want you on this journey to take notes right now. Find a way to wake up every single morning proud of what you're doing. This is not easy work. It's absolutely worth it. It's absolutely doable. And so as you wake up and you will have challenges and you'll have bumps along the way, but as you continue, just like Diane did, just like Pamela did, just like Tanis did, by not giving up, you will have the success you're after. It doesn't matter what else you got going on in your life. And so continue doing this. You made a great point early on in your email. You said that you realized that in order to do this, it had to be something that you were doing for you. You had to do it for your health, your well-being, your future. You couldn't do it to make other people in your life happy. That is so true. As you understand that this is your personal journey. Other people benefit from your success, but you have to want to do it for you. You've done that. That's why you're down 50 pounds, and that is an amazing accomplishment. I also am extremely proud of you. Thank you so much for writing in. And yeah, I'll never forget the hat. I actually truly do wear it anytime it's cold. It's the only hat I wear now. So thank you for the hat. I'll never forget it. It blows my mind every time I look at it, the amount of detail of how you can, knit words into a hat. It's absolutely cool. Maybe we should start making some hats that say, minus 50, minus 149, minus 100. How cool would that be? Congratulations. Tom writes in and says, hey, Mike, Fat Dag, I've been listening to wise advice nonstop for the past couple of weeks to make sure I stick to plan to get the year off to a good start. It really is a big help. We started this round of Weight Watcher journeys about the same time, January of 2016 for me. I followed you on Connect, and as we lost weight at the same time, though I started at 341 pounds and 53 years old because it took me this long for it to click. I feel as though I owe you an apology, as I called you out for basically over-marketing. But I was wrong, and clearly you are focused on helping others, so it's been on my mind, and I'm sorry. So many topics in the podcast ring true to my journey. I just had my 2-year anniversary, and I told my meeting the first year I perfected losing weight, dropping 156 pounds in 56 weeks, reaching goal and reaching lifetime. In year 2, I learned what does not work in maintenance. as I put on about 30 of those original pounds while running 3 5Ks, one duathlon, two sprint distance adventure triathlons. Guess what? No matter how much exercise you do, if you eat more calories than you burn, you'll gain. I've lost 12 pounds in January, and I'll be back to goal as my body is ready for it. As the scale is just an output of being on plan. I'm back to plan, attending my meeting every week, leveraging freestyle, making sure my calories, blue dots, plus 0 point foods run less than my calories burned. My Garmin watch gives me my output. So thank you for the podcast. I listen every day, except for the days that I don't. And I believe that being on plan is non negotiable. And the results will take care of themselves. Hashtag BOPIN, which basically means when you're out of points, stop eating points. Wishing you good focus, Tom. And Tom's on connected, TRAINDA. So, Tom, thank you for your email. Congratulations on lifetime and getting to goal. What an amazing accomplishment that is. I'm glad we started at the same time, but man, you killed it. 156 pounds in 56 weeks. Tell me that's not incredible. Tell me you aren't a completely new person. Now, I get that your year 2 was learning what did work and what didn't work in maintenance. And you know what? I am very, very, very proud of you for figuring out in the middle of that what your limit was. As you navigated maintenance, you figured out that a 30-pound gain was it. You got back to the basics, you got back to the plan, and you are continuing to get it done. I think what's important in this journey is that, for so many of us, as we start losing weight, we beg for that scale to go down 0.2, 0.4, 1 pound. And then as it creeps up, back the other direction, we're afraid that we're going to go back to where we started. You have a limit in place. You figured it out. You got it done. The proof is you are a lifetime member. You know how this program works. You're right. Just eat more calories, burn more than you eat. You get it done. Whether you follow this plan, whether you follow your own plan, you know how to get it done. Clearly, you've gotten it done, and your exercise is helping. But you're right. You can't outrun a bad diet. Tom, I am absolutely, absolutely proud of you. And I'll tell you, I appreciate your apology, but you absolutely don't owe me an apology. And so what I want to share with you is that, when I decided, I made a conscious decision somewhere not too long ago to say, I'm going for this. I need the world to know that what we're trying to do is possible. And so, yes, I agree. At times it comes across as over marketing, and it's deliberate. Because I want the feeling that you have, and I want the feeling that I have, and you heard the email from Tanis, and you heard Pamela, and you heard Denise. That joy, that untold joy is out there. It lives in every single one of us. And the only way we will ever know that it's possible is if somebody shares the joy for us. We see that joy, we see that excitement, and we want it. That's what got me to goal. That's what got you to goal. That's what gets hundreds of people to goal. So I get that it comes across as over marketing, but I can tell you do not owe me an apology, because just like you, I've walked this journey. I understand that the mental side of this journey controls us more often than not, and it doesn't matter in that sense. And so where you were at that journey, you're not there now, and you understand, you appreciate it. And I want you to do exactly what I'm doing, and that's tell the world. Tell the world this is doable. Tell the world this is the most amazing thing on the planet. Tell the world you lost 156 pounds and you're a different person. And then let them know that they can do it too. Because I know you believe it. I absolutely know that as you're out there telling people at 53 years old, starting at 341 pounds, you did it. And I'm positive probably the first day you walked in, you didn't think it was possible, but through people telling you you could do it, you did it. When you're out of points, stop eating points. Tom, that's how it works. That's how you did it. Dude, I appreciate your email. I'm truly honored to walk this journey with you. It's a complete honor to celebrate with you as we work the plan, as we continue to get it done. It's absolutely worth celebrating. And then as we celebrate, we just say, I did it. We encourage someone else to get it done. And at that point, we share it on the air and we say, what is it that you're celebrating? Let's share it on the air. Let's go to fatdag.com. Click on listen now. Send in your celebrations, your comments, your questions. I'll work them in as part of the show. I want you to email in your celebrations because I want you to be proud of what you're doing. You heard it earlier on in the emails here is those who wrote in tonight very, very, very proud of everything they've done. And I venture to say that when they started the journey didn't start with pride. That pride becomes visible in the middle of the journey. It just kind of shows up. And the reason I want you to finally be proud of yourself is because when you continue to just start with small goals and you express a little bit of pride in what you've done, you start training that brain to look for more opportunities to be proud of what you're doing. The more you're proud of what you're doing, the more you want to persevere, the more you want to continue to get it done. The more you will not accept any single obstacle in your way as the final obstacle. Doesn't matter if your plane's delayed. Doesn't matter if you missed your flight. Doesn't matter if you're at the wrong gate. It doesn't matter if your connecting flight is on a completely different airline. You can get to your destination. It just takes a little bit of trust. It takes a little bit of you wanting to get it done. It takes focus on why you're getting it done, but you absolutely can get it done. And that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Facebook, what did you do? Did you guys break Facebook on me? I saw it go down, and it's hard. Obviously, in the middle of doing the show, it's very hard to stop and go right over to Facebook. But I'm going to fire Facebook back up, see if that helps. So if you want to switch over to Facebook in a second, I'll get it done. Computers. That's the other good thing about having the studio is I won't have to touch any of this computer stuff. 170 live 2. All right, let's see. I know I saw a lot of you jump over to Instagram. So Facebook is now back live. If you want to jump back over to Facebook, doesn't matter if you do or not. We always wrap up over on Facebook, but I'm not sure. Well, I gotta stop the recording back here too. All right, so that's good. So technology is just not my friend tonight. But good news is the show will go to the app tonight, so we don't have to worry about that. So yeah, YouTube is still kicking. So Becky made it back in on Facebook. Good evening to you. Jan is back. Denise is back. Everyone's coming back to Facebook. It's funny. I can see people. It's like you transfer over, back and forth. So very, very, very fun. So you guys missed Tom's email because Tom's email was in the middle of that. But Tom, I'll give you you can obviously hear it in the episode. Go download the episode tonight or tomorrow. But Tom, 156-pound weight loss in 56 weeks, 2 years ago. Started at 341 at 53 years old. How cool is that, right? So this show alone was, let's see, 27 in Stella's email, 149. Someone had that. Lee, are you here? 27, 149.2, 100.6, 50, and 156. What does that add up to? A lot, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost 500 pounds in one email or one show. Isn't that incredible? Whew. Yeah. So no, Vicky. So it was interesting. So when yeah, Tammy says there's a lot. When it went down, I saw it. It was giving me like a reconnecting error, and I was like, I knew that it's. I do a difficult time talking as it is, but to have to reach in and reset everything and then type, it wasn't going to happen. I thought of for a moment pausing, and then refiring it back up, but when I get on a roll, I just get rolling with it. So very, very, very fun. But anyway, cool. Yeah, 482.8 is what Georgine says. So episode number 170 was 482.8 pounds. Isn't that crazy? How fun is that? 482.8. Very, very fun. You saw the post we put, right? I did the post, and you guys, was it like 27,000 pounds or something crazy? Just in the Wise Wingman Facebook group. So very, 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 very fun. Which just all it is proof that this is doable. So you absolutely can do this. So very, very cool. Well, let's because we had technical difficulties. I lost a lot of your comments, obviously, for sure there. Beth is checking in, 3.4 pounds down in January. Congratulations. Linda says Facebook acting up again. I got to figure that out because that's starting to irritate me. Because it seems like the past couple shows you guys have said that Facebook is acting wonky. So I will try next time to move Facebook to a different device and see if it's a device issue. But the good news is again, I got the contract signed with the recording studio, with the production studio. So we'll start we'll start working in that direction. It's gonna take some time. Or you just can't boom overnight. But but we'll start getting that in, and they'll handle all of that piece, which I think will be way, 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 way better. So I'm excited for that. The good news is, obviously, the show is recorded. I'll take a minute tonight and get that published, so you'll have it in the morning. It gets published around midnight or so. So very, very, very fun. So Jan says lost 0.4 today, 14 to go. Boom. I like it. I like it. So, so thank you all. So we're at, tomorrow's February 1st. What a fun day for that. So, February is going to be a great month. I'm excited for it. Thank you for being here on Instagram. Thank you for those of you on Facebook. Thanks for the YouTube folks. Thanks for all your support. It truly means a lot to me. As a community, we're absolutely changing the world, and I'm incredibly proud of you. Truly an honor to walk with you. So, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Beth chimes in at the very end. Says, I can't wait to get my mini fat dag. Do you see them all lined up here? Right there they all are. They're all right here. Those are all them. They're all right there. So you guys on Instagram can't see it. But so, let's see where they are. Here it is. Is this not the coolest thing ever? Where's the camera? I don't know where the camera is on this thing. It's over here. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? Ha! Instagram, there he is. Look at that. I like him. And then there's YouTube. So, pretty funny. You want to see, now we're going a little overboard. We got Batman. It's good to have Batman too. Yep. I will tell you, so, in all honesty, I wanted one. Really, I had to order. The minimum order was 50, so I ordered 50 because I wanted one, and they're not cheap. So I ordered 50. You guys wanted them, so I reordered, but I don't probably plan on reordering a lot. Not trying to pressure you, but if you want one, this may be the opportunity. Just saying, because I have to order them in lots of 50, so. It's not one of those things that I'm just going to be like, oh, let's just order 50 more just to have. Probably won't do that. So, Jan, I put them on. It's funny. I put them for $25, and then I went to ship them, and shipping cost me $5 there. So I bumped it to 30 and I'll cover the shipping. And I know it's $30 is kind of a lot of money. I get it. It cost me almost 20 to get them here. And then my wife sits there and hand addressed the envelopes the other night. So, it would be easier not to have them. But throwing that out there, if you want it, it's there. If you don't, absolutely no worries. It's not part of it's not part of the deal. Just letting you know that's an opportunity if you want it. So cool, 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 cool. Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Episode 170 is in the books. Heather, thanks for being here. Diane, congratulations again. You're welcome. Heather, we're actually checking out. So good checking in. But we will be back. I don't know when. Twitter will let you know when. Follow Wise Advice on Twitter. Go to fatdag.com. Click on the event calendar. You'll know when the next show is. That'll keep you posted. But Heather, let's end the show on this note. Heather says, thanks for a friend who introduced me to you. Thank you. Down 10 pounds in January, and you love the group. So that makes us 492.8 plus all of what you guys have done too. So we're well over, well, doing amazing work. So cool, cool, cool. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Thank you all for being here. Let's go ahead and wrap up. Instagram folks, we're going to end here. Thank you for being here. Have a great night. You know what I say, right? This has nothing to do with luck. It has everything to do with you focusing on your goals and getting it done. I wish you not good luck. I don't hope that this works for you. I wish you good focus. Good night. Tammy says it. Good job, Tammy. Ending Facebook. All right, YouTube, same thing. Thank you for being here as well. Same exact thing I just said to those on Instagram is that this isn't about luck. This is all about you wanting to get it done, figuring out a way to get it done, figuring out why you're doing it, and doing it. With all of that, you can do anything you want to do, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Just like we did to Instagram, I wish you not anything more than good focus. You can do this. Good night.